It's a pleasant good morning to our breakfast edition of the Star Good Morning Show here on Star Television, broadcasted live on Channel 21 from our Media One Center, 3 Mama Street, Book Frames in Freetown. My name is Abdul Rahman Kamal. Top stories in the program. The Ministry of Health and Sanitation, in partnership with the Center for Disease Control and Prevention and the 34 Military Hospital, as part of their drive to enhance infection prevention and control measures within health facilities, has launched the alcoholic-based hand rub project at 34 Military Hospital, Wilberforce. The SOS Abamina International College, Sierra Leone, has held its matriculation ceremony with the aim of promoting technical vocational education training for young people, TVET. And we shall also be looking at where the Helen Keller, in partnership with the Ministry of Health and Sanitation, has launched the mass drug administration for lymphatic filariasis and soil-transmitted meningitis in the western rural area as a way to curtail transmission within the district. All these, including sport, will be part of the program. I have the pleasure to have with me in the studio the President, Women in Social Empowerment, a group of women who have come together to advocate for the education of women and girls for sustainable livelihood. Lucian Ganda. Lucian, good morning and welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, Abdul Rahman, for having me in the studio.
You'll have the opportunity to send in your comments or views to the number 077 600 324. Remember, we are live on YouTube and also you can get us on Facebook. The Star Good Morning Show is proudly sponsored by Local Commercial Bank.
SIM Couple allow old and young to make deposit and withdraw cash from their account at any time and anywhere. With Local Commercial Bank SIM Couple, you can send and receive money at any place and any time. Local Commercial Bank don't make life better for we all.
Welcome back from that commercial break. We'll move along with the program. The Ministry of Health and Sanitation, in partnership with the Center for Disease Control and Prevention at the 34 Military Hospital, as part of their drive to enhance infection prevention and control measures within the health facilities, has launched the alcoholic-based hand rub project at the 34 Military Hospital. Here is a highlight of that event.
Yes, I particularly want to appreciate the Ministry of Health. This is one of many things we have been collaborating on. A few weeks ago, we commemorated the World Malaria Day. We have been working together to conduct simulations on response to Ebola epidemic and other infectious diseases, for example. And generally, I think the Ministry of Health has been quite supportive to the Ministry of Defense, particularly the Joint Medical Unit. I really want to appreciate the Ministry of Health and the Chief Medical Officer for this achievement. And we have other wonderful partners. Of course, this was not achieved by Ministry of Health alone. Technical support has been provided by the World Health Organization. And particularly, Hannah Maruta has been here. She is more like a staff now here. Thank you very much for your support. And I hope the WHO representative will also convey our appreciation. We have also achieved a lot and moving towards the Deputy Minister of Defense agenda to see that the President's vision for the health sector is achieved. That is strengthen the health system, develop infrastructure within the health system, get equipment and develop the human resource base. And this is quite in line with the support that we have been receiving from the Deputy Minister of Defense.
The manifesto of this country, which is put together by no other person but the President, Dr. Julius Malabio, after free quality education, we jumped onto developing healthcare in this country. And then I went forward, to talk to my colleague yesterday that the military is just a microcosm of the civil society. And what I meant by that is developing 34 is like developing this country. So, you see, looking at, again, the conversation that really went on yesterday, I asked the medical doctor, what is your concept of this development at 34? Then he said, there are 4 issues. I want to do refurbishing, I want to do new buildings, I want to do new human resource, I want to do new specialization. Then in all of this, I think he wrapped up with training. But what I see as lubricant for all of these factors, gentlemen and ladies, is doing this job with this kind of sanitizer. You see, when Ebola came here, we struggled. I was almost attached to the UN to really write SOP that soldiers rely on to do a job that they never trained for. So that happened that time.
Our fight against the dreaded diseases. The notion, and I'll tell you where we are leading, came the global health security agenda. One of the key components is medical countermeasures, working with the military and the police. And I'll tell you this categorically. Sierra Leone is showing the world how to work. We, as the civil unit, working with the military, we are showing the world that it can be done. And this is the example that we are setting here. We can work with the military 100%. We want to thank all of you who made that a possibility, and let us continue to show the world that we can lead in so many areas. And this is one area that in the global health security agenda, we in Sierra Leone, we are leading. Let us be proud of ourselves. When that happens, in terms of the global health security agenda, a component is the antimicrobial resistance. Out of that, we saw the need, all of us saw the need that if we cannot prevent infections within our hospitals, then it becomes a death trap for our health workers. No one likes going to a profession, at the end of the day, the profession takes your life.
Let me reintroduce my guest in the studio, President Women in Social Empowerment, otherwise known as WISE, a group of women who have come together to advocate for the education of women and girls for sustainable livelihood. She is Lucian Ganda. Lucian, once more welcome to the program.
Thank you, Abdulrahman.
Give me a little bit of taste as to the origin of the organization WISE.
Yes, this group came about when we completed our master's program. Mind you, it's a group of elites, 8 of us. We are women who succeeded and got our master's degree. So upon graduation, we decided not to go away from ourselves because we have built that camaraderie while we were in the academic field. So we started meeting. We meet at my place every Saturday, every other Saturday. We are meeting just to chat, take drinks, take food, share together, and then go home. So this has been going on for some time because we are the class of 2015. And we decided that, instead of just coming together to sit and chat, why not think about something that we will do to affect the lives of other people? Mm-hmm. So one of our colleagues by the name of Marian Samura, she came with this idea that why not we form an organization where we will be advocating for the education of girls and women, because we have known the value of education since we have gone through the crucibles, and now that we are out as master's degree holders, let us come together and make a team to advocate, especially for education of women and girls. So we bought the idea, all of us. We decided that this is what we want to do, and we started meeting now on a different level. And then we have registered the organization as a community-based, non-profitable organization, and we have been contributing monies, from our own pockets. We have been contributing to do the registration, to open the bank account, and to see what we can do to promote women and girls. So we thought it fit that we cannot function if we don't do a formal launch of the program. Mm-hmm. So we came together again and said, okay, this is what we want to do. we will launch the program. We confronted 50-50 group, known for a very big umbrella for women, and they accepted us. So we are going to launch this organization on the 27th, Thursday coming, just next tomorrow. We will be at the 50-50 group office at 10 a.m. and then we will launch our Women in Social Empowerment, otherwise known as WISE.
Lucian, granted that you guys must have gone through the crucibles and realizing the benefits associated with getting one self-educated. But there are other key areas of intervention which requires urgent assistance, especially of young people, women in particular, like advocating for FGM, catering for the less privileged, which I'm sure it has a bearing with what you're doing. It sounds a little bit ridiculous to ask a question, why concentrating much more on education, for which there are other areas that require some outward assistance, especially for the empowerment of women and young girls.
Okay, in that light, Abdurrahman, you've rightly said it. We have not only limited ourselves to education, but the key focus of the group is education, because we are women that are empowered through education. All of us are in our different walks of life. Me being the president, I became a president because I played a leading role while we were in class. They chose me as their class rep. And then at the end of the day, they said, okay, since you were the class rep, we will again give you the responsibility to become the president. And we looked again at it. It is not only going to be education. Our main focus is education. But amidst that, there are other impeding factors that impede the girl child from getting the required education, or that impede women from getting into education and to break the glass ceiling. So those other areas as well are going to be considered as we go along. But just our main focus is education. But we know you cannot succeed to get complete education without killing all those, impeding factors,
Like
which are responsible, to hold the woman or the girl child into ransom. Like, for example, gender-based violence, we are also going to be looking at it. Domestic violence, we are also going to be looking at it. Child marriage, that is early marriage. Teenage pregnancy is going to be part of our component. Of course, FGM is another impeding factor, because most of the time when these girls are out for these ceremonies, after the ceremonies, most of them, they don't have interest again. And for the villages, when they are out, the next thing to do is to go to seek for marriage, So all those are issues compounded together that are making the woman not to realize herself in this society. We have far too long left behind. So now that we, as women, we have been empowered through education, we are going to ensure that we give back. And the only way we will give back is to serve as mentors. We are going to embark on a robust school outreach program to meet the girls in the schools. And in the midst of meeting the girls, we will also engage the teachers, the male teachers. We will also engage the boys in the schools, who are the paramount people who are responsible to impede the education of these girls. So we are not only targeting the girls, we are targeting them in one end to ensure that we talk to them, we demonstrate for them to see the need for them to stay in schools, the need for them to fast track their education, the need for them to ensure that they achieve education at the end of the day. Because, Abdurrahman, all of us in that organization, 8 of us as master's degree holders, we are proud of that which we have got. And again, our education has helped us not to bend down low to anybody. Not that we are proud, we are not, but we just believe that since we have been empowered, let us also endeavor to tell the women and girls of Sierra Leone that yes, they could also break the glass ceiling and become what they want to become, with or without anybody's help. For example, I seated here, I am a graduate, of course a postgraduate, and of course a PhD student. I don't need anybody, honestly speaking. People may want to you associate it with pride. No, it is not pride, But I don't need to give myself or my body to any man to push me anymore. No, I don't need that. I don't also need to label it to anybody to get positions at workplaces or to whatever. We don't need that. I don't do that. I don't believe in that. What I believe is performance. I have gone to my own institution since 2004 when I came back into this country. My late uncle took me to this place and I grew interested in the job and I decided to take up the responsibility of becoming a journalist. Since then, I have been working on my life. I have been working on myself and I have been making sure that education is the key for my own success. And nobody will tell me that, oh, I gave Lucian this or I gave Lucian. No. You cannot. Because
but
I
Lucian,
made sure that I strengthen myself to know what I am doing. And you will only succeed when you have the required education. There will be no way to mount up a battle against you and succeed. They will not. So, since we have seen those benefits, we have decided now to go back to the girls and ensure that we inject that kind of spirit in them. Women don't need to go and, give their bodies because of job, give their bodies because they want promotion. You don't need that.
Down on self-esteem.
Yes, you don't need that. Well, you will only achieve self-esteem when you achieve education. Because if you are illiterate completely, trust me, Abdulrahman, I'm not going against those who are illiterate. It is unfortunate. And that is the reason why we are going to broaden the scope of our intervention. We are only starting now with school outreach programs. We might not know what lies ahead of us, but we have broad eyes. We have broad heads to think. If we see the necessity, we will open up and ensure that women who are illiterate will be educated along the line.
Should I see your organization wise acting as given a kind of leverage to what many sociologists refer to as a significant other, where people will emulate the very example of yours to say, yes, we have the capability to transform the society?
Sure. Why I said so, why I agreed with you.
It goes along with resources.
Yes, it goes along with resources. That is why we are all career women. Mm-hmm. All 8 of us are gainfully employed. I am a director of administration and human resources at the SLBC, and our PRO is a lecturer. We have women, women of substance among us. We have teachers. In fact, all 8 of us have this teaching background. I have been a teacher since 2002, and I only resigned from the teaching position in 2014 when we were going to be paid from the consolidated fund from SLBC. That was the time I resigned as a teacher, but I was actively teaching. And since then, I am also a lecturer. So all of us have that background. We are guidance counselors. We studied education, so we know how to meet the girls, we know how to engage them, we know how to engage the boys, we know how to engage the teachers, because we also have been teachers one way or the other. Some of our colleagues are lecturers already, some are registrars. We are not funny people. You need to go to 50/50 office on Thursday and see these women. And you will know that we are all of class and we are capable enough to inject good principles into these girls.
Lucian, modern day society, especially for our young girls, we seem to be confronted with so many challenges. One of it being the peer group influence, where you'll have a very good initiative to transform the mindset of individual, but the peer group influence plays a critical role in undermining those societal values. How your organization hope to approach in that particular regard as part of your intervention?
It is also going to be part of our intervention because as educators, we already know that we have so many factors which militate against progress. So those factors we are going to take into consideration. We have our document, we have our constitution, we have been putting points together in areas that we are going to intervene. So these are all factored in our intervention, key points. We will ensure that we tackle all areas and to ensure also that our message goes down to the target population, and we will ensure compliance. We are going to monitor and we are going to evaluate progress year in, year out. That is what we are set to do.
I see a nexus in your intervention when earlier you indicated that you will be going to schools to see how you can talk to the girls. This has a bearing with a free, not only free, but a quality education. In a situation where you succeed to get the mindset of the girls will change, then they will pay much more attention to their studies. You knew exactly what happened a couple of weeks back when students were taking their WASC exams.
Yes.
They went haywire, all in the name of not allowing them to cheat in the exams. All of those things accumulated factors that account largely to undermine the societal values as we speak. So are you intending, or are there any modalities put in place to see how you can take this venture in line with the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education?
The reason why we invited the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, we invited them, and I'm pretty much sure that they will honor our invitation. And the person of either the minister or perhaps the gender person or the deputy minister, I don't know. But in a way, I'm sure that that ministry, being a responsible ministry for education, if they've seen that document, I'm pretty much sure that they will turn up to make their own statement. We are also going to work with them. Now, not only that ministry, even the Ministry of Tertiary Education, we have somebody who is going to deliver a statement as well. One of our lecturers, who is now the Chief Technical Higher Education Officer, in the person of Dr. Josephus Brahima. He is also going to make a statement because he knows us better. And the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education is the key ministry that we are going to be working with because they deal with the schools. And we are largely going to deal with the schools, and also we are going to cascade to universities as well and other tertiary institutions. But the school is our paramount concern. When I attended the morning coffee program at SLBC, I made it clearly known that indeed it was a shame for us to hear girls, making kind of statements like those, threatening even to what they threaten even the president about allowing them to cheat. It's a shame, but it boils down to parenting. It's because of parenting has failed. Because if the parents parent their children well, you will not see any child who come from a very good, constructive home to make kind of derogatory statement like that on a social media platform, saying that if now that's no more, make them take the free education. Come on. We have not been seeing that in the past, although in our own time also we have what we call spy, but I think this is graduating to another level. And we as women and as parents cannot sit by and allow those things. That is the reason why I said after Thursday's launching, immediately the other week, we have our design to start our school outreach programs. And when we start, we will ensure that that is going to be a key concern, to let the children know that you do not need to cheat. All what they need to know is to prioritize their education, their lessons, to prioritize them. And the parents as well are not helping. Because if you go and give a mobile phone to a 12-year-old girl who is in JSS 1, what do you think you are causing? You are causing problems for the girl. Because at the end of the day, her attention will be shifted not now into the education, but into WhatsApp and Facebook and all those social media things. And then in those social media outlets, you have terrible things that are not good for the children. So for goodness sake, parents also need to rise up to the occasion to help. We are going to be doing our own bits, but the parents as well, they have a vital role to play to ensure that the children are sanitized, the children are trained properly, the children are brought up properly in order to save the future. Otherwise, it is going to be another lost generation, just like us. And that is what we don't want.
Very obvious question. Why the concentration on young girls rather than taking this drive initiative to tertiary institutions like private college?
We are taking it there.
Okay.
That is what exactly I've just said.
Okay.
We are going to concentrate on the schools, and after which we will go to tertiary institutions, because they too, they have their own problems. Mm-hmm. You see these young girls coming from school, graduating from schools to universities. Mm-hmm. When they go there, they shift their focus. Instead of focusing on education, they'll begin to go to clubs and all of those things. At the end of the day, they will graduate, come back, and then nothing on their head, and then they will not have anything to offer to workplaces. We have been seeing that. We have been seeing less performance, square pegs in round holes, and all of those. Those are the things we are trying to avoid in the future. That is the reason why we have decided to come together. We are going to sacrifice. Nobody's paying us because all of us are gainfully employed already. But, we have to give back to society. And that is the way we think we must give back.
I am keen to know, you mentioned it earlier on the aspect of career counseling and guidance. Now, within the flagship program of His Excellency the President, there is this encouragement for young girls to actually go for what they call STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Could this be inclusive of your approach?
Well, yes.
To let them understand the need for them to go for the sciences?
Yes, Abdurrahman, it is also part of us because we as guidance counselors, all of us in that group, we studied guidance counselors. Guidance counseling is part of our modules that we did up to the master's level. So we are going to use also that area of our lives to see that we provide. Because let me tell you the secret, not all schools have guidance counselors, no. We are also going to provide
and these are very
that
important
service
components.
free of cost to see that we put the girls in the right track. Because majority of them, you go now to the university, go to Fubikole, go to Njala, ask them. Most of them, they don't even know what they want. They don't know what they want. Because they don't have people to tell them, to put them, to position them, so that they will position themselves in the right place, so that at the end, they will know what exactly they want. Most of them don't know. They just go. If they have, 5 credits, and they see that this area is blah, 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 and this other area, me party, they go so, they will just go. Anything you put before them is what they take. And that is not the program for life. You have to be determined to get what exactly you want and go for it. So we are going to also ensure that we shift the attention of these girls from me party they do this, now SRL me party go do so, me self one for go do to positioning themselves to career pathway. That is what also we are going to be embarking on. Because it is affecting the girls as well. Because at the end of the day, you get square pegs in round holes.
Lucian, I don't intend to hold you for much longer a period. You mentioned one key thing for which I will give you now the opportunity to talk to parents. You said the parents too, they are responsible for most of the nemesis faced by their children. If you are going to talk to them, somebody somewhere in Kube might be watching Star Television and keenly watching at you saying all of these things. What will you say to them?
I will only say to them,
as a contributing factor.
Yes, I will only say to them that they have a vital role to play in the success of their children. I am also a parent talking to you. I am a mother of 3 and 2 successful girls and a little boy who is yet to, and he is on this pathway to success because he is doing well. The girls are also doing well. The eldest is in the US. She is a master's degree holder as well. And then the second also is 1-to-1 from honors in public health. That is to tell you, as young as I was, I started having kids at age 15. As young as I was able, through the grace of God, to bring those children up to become what they are today, contributing to the world, not only to Sierra Leone, because Victoria is in the US now, and she's working there, and the grace is here. She has been, after graduation, giving free service to the Ministry of Health. She's working in the public health department at Kleintown. She has been volunteering. So that tells you, parenting will not only develop the family, you as a mother or as a parent, but will also give back to the society. So as parents, it is your responsibility, it is our responsibility to ensure that our children succeed. How do they succeed? It is not a magic. Human beings are just like computers. It's what you give in that will come out at the end of the day. So if you begin to expose your child, especially the girls, at a very early age, what they will bring back for you is an undesirable end. And that is what you don't want. So please endeavor. Don't give the girls mobile phones. When you give it to them, you are simply telling them that, oh, go now and open up your life to the world. And the boys and men will take advantage of those girls. And that is what we don't want. Because we know that when these children are exposed early to early sex, what will happen is that they will either come back with pregnancy and get unwanted children, or they will come back with HIV and AIDS for you. So the best thing for you to do as a parent, ensure that you parent your child the right way. If you are a Muslim, go the Quranic way. If you are a Christian, go the biblical way. If you are African traditional religious person, go the traditional way. Children are supposed to be children. Let the girls be girls. Encourage them to grow. Let them remain as virgins until they graduate from school, until they have somebody, suitors, who will come now and then give the pride to the family. Please, mothers, I'm talking to you, and fathers, ensure. Don't love the children to an extent that you spoil them. When you spoil them at the end of the day, you will have to do the final crying, the final weeping, and that is what you don't want. So please allow these children to be children. Don't make them to be children and mothers. God did not provide that money for you to destroy the children's lives. If you get plenty money, go give a mosque and church. Don't buy mobile phones for these children. That is the genesis of the problem. We expose them. Because as soon as they have mobile phones, what they want to do now is to communicate to the world. Because you have given them the opportunity to communicate. And that is exactly what they will do. And communicating to the world will bring undesirable results. So women, mothers, fathers, please take note of these. Take these children seriously, because they are the future. They are going to replace us. So if you want a perfect replacement for this generation, let us endeavor to educate these children, not the other way around.
Madam President, I want to thank you so much for sparing your time being part of it. Are you looking forward for a very successful launch?
Indeed, thank you very much, Abdurrahman, and I want to use this opportunity to also call all on our invitees. I'm calling upon people from the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education, Ministry of Technical and Higher Education, Social Welfare, Gender and Children's Affairs, the Mayor of Freetown City Council, of course, Legal Aid Board. These are substantial people who are going to be making statements on that day. I am calling upon you and all our invitees. Please turn up at the 5050 office, Tower Hill, on Thursday at 10 a.m. to launch Women in Social Empowerment. Thank you very much, Abdurrahman.
She's Lucian Ganda, President for WISE. Thank you so much for having me in this program. Stay with me a little bit. Let me go over to another insert. The SOS Amamina International College, Sierra Leone, has held its matriculation ceremony with the aim of promoting technical vocational education training, otherwise known as TVET, for young people. Here is the report.
The SOS Hamamaina International College is a non-profitable educational, technical and vocational training service institution that was established by the SOS Children's Village, Sierra Leone in 2017. The interim director of the SOS Hamamaina International College, Joseph Johnson, gave a brief history of the college, outlining the purpose for the establishment of the institution. He added that the institution was established to facilitate continuing formal education and career development for young people.
Group, we are preparing young men and young women who can immediately graduate to become businessmen or women on their own, or they can just move around and get doing jobs, manpower level jobs, so that they can earn some income to take care of themselves, which we have described to become self-reliant. There are others in the continuing education. Those who have, for example, like I said, the 3 WAS exams, WAS credits, and are not able to make it to university, but aspire to go to university. We are providing them with opportunities to pass through the NCTV that they can also use later on as a credit to access universities and other institutions of higher learning. So that is why we are particularly implementing this program under the TVET framework. So for now, we are only offering courses at certificates and diploma levels. So for a start, we have courses for continuing education in public health, business administration, mass communication, to prepare some young journalists who will have a certificate through NCTV and become journalists. And then we are also offering courses in computer science, ICT, which is very attractive for young people. And a small group here are offering human resources management, and a very large group of them are offering certificate and diploma courses in social work. So this also means that we are providing, preparing young people who can also go to serve their communities as NGO workers, as social workers, or even the government through the Ministry of Social Welfare as social workers.
The Director of the Technical Vocational and Education Training, TVET, Dr. Masakoi, giving his keynote address, Dr. Masakoi congratulated the matriculant and went further to outline some of the future benefits that students from the SOS Hamamaina International College will get from TVET.
Today is a reasonably fantastic day in the history of technical vocational education and training in Sierra Leone, as the SOS is helping the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Technical and Higher Education to promote TVET, a core program of this government and the ministry. In 2018, the GIZ published a diagnostic studies report on TVET sector in Sierra Leone, and the findings of that study, coupled with other valuations of the TVET sector in Sierra Leone, were striking. Those findings were striking, they were revealing, and they were also denting. At the same time, they were also hopeful. As a ministry, our assurance to all of you is that TVET is now a critical vehicle for national development. But more importantly, to advance socioeconomic growth, improve employability among young people, and promote skills development to meet the demand and supply we have in this country. The Ministry of Technical and Higher Education in this country is now focusing on several things. The current policy that we have has 6 strategic pillars, what we call strategic outcomes. And buried in those strategic outcomes are, one, we're going to be focusing on what we call the capacity building of instructors of TVET programs. That's the first one. The second one is to improve conditions of service of TVET instructors. And once your college or your institute is certified by government, what government does is we are exploring the possibilities right now to see how we can take on board the payroll. The payroll. We are not saying that we're going to do it right now here at SOS. We are just exploring the possibilities. We are starting first with the universities, and that is what we're doing right now. And then the third one is that assistance to labs and workshops, because like Mr. Johnson was saying, honestly speaking, the running technical vocational institutes or centers in this country is not easy.
Reporting for Star TV News, Yesi Hallowell.
Thanks so much to my colleague Yesi Hallowell for putting that report together. With me now in the studio is Florence Helen Charlie, training program manager for Domestic Helpers Organization. She is here to tell me much more about their organization's advocacy and training campaign. Welcome to the program.
Yeah, Abraham, good morning, and thanks for having me.
Great. We've seen a situation where the last couple of months you have been training women, especially those you refer to as nannies, working in various home settings. Take us through some of this training exercise, or perhaps for the benefit of your audience, you may want to use a local balance to actually address them. Yes, I give you the opportunity.
Yeah, thank you again. Mina Florence and Charlie, as soon as Abramando introduced me, I come on a domestic helpers organization. I can't talk, but we domestic workers, the way in time past, then we get different names, so then they call them nanny, nosi, then they call it house boy, house girl. We don't come for can change the narrative. We don't come for can package them well, for give them names, we go suit them, and we go add value, integrity to the work what they do. So we call them domestic workers now. And then work what they do now, there are people where they work in their homes, like they brook, they cook, they iron, take care of picking the aged and all. So then people are actually we can talk for and advocate for, and Lord we work with them, and that's purposely the idea for this.
So is that basically some of the challenges and way when they talk to the way they highlight that they encounter?
Well, some of the challenges they actually wey dem people dey tell wey dem dey face na like wey dem dey go na the homestay for go work. They say dem dey overburden with work because when dem dey go work, dem no dey give dem like dem job description as to wetin dem for do. Then they go tell them say we hire you for work.
But then desperation for work, they can at the end of the day they can tend for do everything.
Yeah, because of that desperation, they can tend for do everything. But now we dey try for talk to even the employers them, with them again say when you dey employ them people here now, try for as best as possible. Let maybe if you give a verbal contract, safe if you able again you can give a written contract where you go actually describe the job where if for do na host. You no go just go you go give am for brook, for cook, for iron, for take pikin go school, for calm, for all of that in her burden today. So wetin dem dey try for say now is the young complaint when they bring and say the workload is too much for them. So like they want for like if they go for go work, like it not go be one work no more, but maybe make it be limited small. So then self go get 10 for the safe.
So how I can get the opportunity for actually meet with them and for make the explain some of the challenges?
Like
because it's difficult for make you go through somebody a host and say I want to talk to this housemate.
Yeah, it actually difficult because we staff where dem go na field go get data of them domestic workers here. But like we try for get manual where we train them on the rights, roles and responsibilities. Like where we call them for the training because we don't train first 50 and we don't do the second part of the training when another 50. In them training here, so now they with the pass on we your message as to how they go become professional in the different areas within the work. So now they tell we waiting and they pass, waiting and they go through. Now from there, one go come for can tell we say me as domestic worker, where are they face this kind of challenge where are they get too much burden. Now another get access to the leaves the way I supposed to get. I know they get the off. I know they get time for lunch and all of that. Now that within the training period, now they tell we.
Over the training, what they do? What are the specific message content where they get to them?
Well, actually,
because someone can get attitude problem.
Yeah.
You can get a desperation for work. Somebody go employ you for making a cleaning, host and do all kind of thing. You can take and like say now. You get right at that particular.
Yeah, exactly.
Failing for realize say you good for go.
Yeah, exactly. So what actually we do in this training, we try for the first thing we try for create the relationship between you where they work and the one we employ you, and we try for impacting them also that attitudinal change. Just like what you say, if they forget saying now work, it go work. And just believe say, especially when you don't use to the boss, it can carry go any kind thing to the boss where you know right. In the training program again, we try for telling about working ethics. Where you the work instead of get waiting bind the work for let you work. You not just they go work because you want for work. We tell them again for the respect. You cannot give what you don't have. Now you first for don't respect yourself. When you respect yourself, in turn you go able to respect your boss. And in the respect area, you get for respect your boss at all times. When you give her in respect what you forget, in return, if they give you your respect again what you forget. Also, we talk to them about confidentiality. Some people then when they go work na them place this year, where it go, say in boss, where it go work at first, then go they fine, then they talk fine, play and laugh and waiting the boss go don't get something there where it go don't explain to them. But because of one reason or the other, maybe they will can get a little chamot, where it come out, it go talk all waiting the boss don't tell when the boss in your secret, it go tend for talk all of them in the day, we're not fine in terms of the working ethics. And again we tell them about obedience.
Where the take.
That's at the camp to ram. Of course the take some, not all. You get actually when they say one fish, now they spoil the whole lot. You get some actually way good, where if in boss no give in all they take. Some we don't tell them say where you go now walk you go walk. What you boss no give you, not take them, not take. Like one being they explain to we say where he go walk, he say a boss put in phone down, he make call, in credit done. When boss go ask, now he take him boss in phone, he return the call, unbeknown to him boss. Now he confess that to me. So when we try for tell him about the respect, the obedience and all that waiting, now I get for no say I don't ever no say I not for do that. He say I just feel to say because I dey work with my boss. when me credit done, I for take in phone and make call. So we tell them say you not supposed to do am. Wetin e no give you, not take am. And I too sure say if you dey nice with your boss, una get that working relationship, that working ethics, that good communication, e dey between you and your boss. I too sure say e must tap you on your back. That is to say when you do good job, e go must do ajo to you. So not take wetin e no give you. We talk about regularity, we talk about punctuality. Some man e no dey go work every day, though we get different way wey dem dey take dem. Some e go take am as part time. It depend on how una negotiate. If e take you for part time, una go fix the days there wey you for go work. But if e take you for full time, e go tell you again say from Monday to Friday you for go work because na working hours. But then sef in return they come back, they tell we say even wey dem know say na Monday to Friday they for go, then they even go work till Sunday, and the timing na problem for them. Some they go work 7 o'clock in the morning, you know, they off till 7 o'clock na net, and that timing they bring problem between them and the boss when they work with. Some again you know they communicate effectively. If you not say you know they go work, you know go take phone call him boss say I no get chance for can this morning or this time with me to arrange, until when the boss speak for work one and that time they go ready for tell and say I be for call you sef o, I no able can today, I no want for cancel because of so and so, because e no be don't understand say communication get for be effective and efficient between him and the person wey they work to.
Okay, I will take you back to another point immediately after this. So we can look at some of them deliberately can tend for seduce, especially the bosses at the home.
Yeah.
We the wife knocking in at the place at the host day.
Yeah.
I'm sure I don't get revolution of some of the things in there.
Yeah.
The Ministry of Health and Sanitation, in collaboration with Ellen Keller Foundation, has launched the Mass Drug Administration for lymphatic filariasis, aimed at curtailing the transmission of the disease within the Western District. My colleague Hassan Kurwa has the details of this report.
To launch the 9th annual Mass Drug Administration campaign against lymphatic filariasis called Bigfoot. Transmitted by mosquitoes, Bigfoot is a chronic disease that leads to abnormal swelling of legs, arms, and other body parts, causing pain, disability, and social stigma. It's not a major cause of death like malaria or other diseases, but the impacts of Bigfoot can be just as devastating, and they can reduce the economic productivity of the folks who are infected, and as well as exacerbating poverty in rural communities. During this campaign, more than 500,000 doses of ivermectin and albendazole will be available for distribution. So we get many drugs for stop the sickness.
For a very important occasion, we the ministry, we your business our body, for make sure say all man live a very healthy and productive life. So any side where sickness day, the one for driver for let go. But today we're gonna have for one very important one, where that is Bigfoot. Inside English, we call them lymphatic filariasis. Inside Creole, now Bigfoot. So therefore, we come out today for join hand with the Western Rural District Council, DHMT, headed by the DMO for Ponado, say we get for do this work here. How this work here for go on, if you listen fine, when I go here, I'm sure it will not happen.
That although we've had very great success in the Sierra Leonean setting, and the Ministry of Health should take great pride in their achievements to date, there are still parts of the communities that do not access these drugs during these campaigns. And this year especially, we have drafted in the support of the traditional healers that are sitting across the arena from me to really help us access those communities that don't normally come forward traditionally to be treated by the health sector. It's really important that we get to the most vulnerable aspects of our communities if we are going to eliminate transmission of this disease. And we implore you all to not only come forward yourselves and take treatment, but to encourage your neighbours, your watchmen, the people who may be sleeping rough outside your compound, the people who know sleep in the slums, the people who you know are illiterate and don't listen to the radio or read the newspapers.
Thanks so much for putting that report together. As Helen Keller, in partnership with the Ministry of Health and Sanitation, commends the administration of a drug on what they refer to as lymphatic filariasis, otherwise known as Bigfoot. And Florence, we'll not get much time again.
Yeah.
Quickly on some of the challenges and we, some of the ladies are we can hire for work now, people in married Muslim.
Yeah.
Someone they deliberately can just they in the habit for seduce people, man, especially where the married woman not in a house.
Yeah.
How they tell them for make them stop for do that.
Thank you for this salient question, because that's another thing where then people are they face. We try for tell them about the dress code. We don't tell them say you as a young lady where you they go for work, you get for be presentable. And not mean to say what we say you get for be presentable, you go take with one Brazilian here where they reach na your waist, where you go take whose kind thing put on your skin, not with that women. Where you they dress modest. Just in your simple attire, you make yourself decent in a way where you know go and bug the next person. Like where you go wear half clothes, where you bobby go then I do, you go wear half clothes, where you neighbor go then I do, you go wear half clothes, where you back safe go then I do. Then with them man they say where they do the work, where they go wear trousers, and they go and dump and then all of them say they will try for tell them say as a young woman or as a young man when I walk you they go work, you get for dress modest. And when you dress the modest way, you don't go get for attract anybody because you get for be presentable. So that's again we they tell them, because that dressing another one when na the problem for them. You go wear short clothes, where that man in wear no you go boots where you want. In with training self, them in for demonstrate how they clean. Somebody they way in say he demonstrates so we way then they clean where he want for entice the man. Then the other person show we how they clean way na the modest way. So when they self see, they all laugh, they all say yes. Now so it be, now so it happen at their homes.
So what's going to be your final message as soon as don't undertake this training? Perhaps for the first time somebody way himself like a domestic worker for making actually no say yes, one of the champion and cause there and give them the rights and appropriate message for know how to behave that people push. What's going to be your final call to them?
Yeah, my final call to the domestic workers them. I want to talk to Naduya. First of all, we office day na number 4 Cape Road, Aberdeen. We telephone number na 078 483 573. Where you want to work, where you get problem at your workplace, do you go now with office na number 4 Cape Road, Aberdeen Village. Then when you get to work, where you do just like why I don't highlight some other things that you get for be modest, you get for be obedient, you get for be respectful. When you go now, you boss in host, he talk to you anything, you get for abide to laws the way he say he wants in host, that confidentiality for keep you boss in secret. Somewhere you go work, they left in host, you go na neighbors, go explain boku. All of that, their attitudinal change, all of that we don't package and one, we don't try for tell you domestic workers say, now so you for be. Because if you be that kind of way, they add value to yourself, respect go there to the work na very decent work, because domestic work na work, and you they add integrity to the work what you they do.
Okay. I want to tell you thank you for always spare your time for come actually address them, and I hope say this training way they undergo will help them a lot for develop the relationship with them employers in a different home setting. Till then, this is how we cater for the grassroots at Star Television here. Thank you so much, Florence and Charlie from Domestic Helpers Organization, and this is how I do that. They cut it into this edition of the program.